Wisdom, the final frontier to true knowledge. Welcome to Wisdom Trek, where our mission is to create a legacy of wisdom, to seek out discernment and insights, to boldly grow where few have chosen to grow before. Hello, my friend. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your captain on our journey to increase wisdom and create a living legacy. Thank you for joining us today as we explore wisdom on our second millennium of podcast. This is day 1143 of our trek, and time for our Philosophy Friday series. Each Friday, we will ponder some of the basic truths and mysteries of life and how they can impact us in creating our living legacy. As we continue on this trek called life, sometimes we have questions about life. So our Friday trek is a time where we can ask Gramps. Gramps will answer questions that you would like to ask your dad or granddad, but for whatever reason, this is not possible. No matter how old we are, I know that all of us would like the opportunity to ask Dad or Gramps questions about life in many areas. We may mix it up a bit on our Friday episodes, but we will strive to keep them down to earth and enjoyable. If you have any questions that you would like to ask Gramps, please email them to guthrie@wisdom-trek.com. So our question for this week is, Hey Gramps, in today's instant gratification culture, how can I gain wisdom to delay what I want most for what I want right now? So our title today will be, I Want It Later. This question has plagued humankind ever since Adam and Eve decided to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. They desired something immediate instead of being content with what they desired most, which was to live with God on earth in the Garden of Eden. There's also another story in the Old Testament that greatly illustrates this point. Remember the story of Jacob and his twin brother Esau? Esau wanted some of Jacob's stew so badly to satisfy his immediate desire that he didn't even hesitate when Jacob asked him to trade his birthright for it. Esau replied to his brother as found in Genesis chapter 25, verse 32. Look, I am dying of starvation, said Esau. What good is my birthright to me now? In essence, he said, I am more interested in satisfying my immediate hunger than I am with whatever promises might be in store for me down the road. So without a second thought, even though he knew what his birthright actually entailed, he made the deal. A spiritual blessing, a double portion of the inheritance, leadership in the family, all traded for a bowl of stew. This sounds ludicrous, doesn't it? Unfortunately, the story of Esau is relived in many people, including us sometimes. When we focus our time, energy, and resources on achieving and acquiring what feels good now, we miss opportunities to participate in the promises and purpose of God. Think about that. We can miss opportunities to further God's kingdom, to join God's work in the world. As we are told in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16, make sure that no one is immoral or godless like Esau, who traded his birthright as the firstborn son for a single meal. We see in this verse that Esau not only made an unwise decision, but he also made an immoral decision because it was outside of God's will for him. He gave priority to his selfish desires, and by doing so, he treated God in a way that was disrespectful. So now I want to ask you a question. Is there areas of your life that you are trading away God's blessings for something else that you desire right now, instead of delaying it for something that you want most, which is best for you? A life lived for Christ is a life focused on kingdom significance. A life of kingdom significance will always far outweigh a life of indulgence. The chief cause of failure and unhappiness is trading what we want most for what we want right now. So let me end with Colossians chapter 1, verses 9 through 12. So we have not stopped praying for you since we first heard about you. We ask God to give you complete knowledge of His will and to give you spiritual wisdom and understanding. Then the way that you will live will always honor and please the Lord, and your lives will produce every kind of good fruit. All the while, you will grow as you learn to know God better and better. We are also praying that you will be strengthened with all His glorious power, so that you will have the endurance and patience you need. May you be filled with joy, always thanking the Father. He has enabled you to share in the inheritance that belongs to His people who live in the light. Well, join us again next Friday for another question on our Ask Gramps episode. Our next trek will be Meditation Monday, where we will help you to reflect on what is most important in life. So encourage your friends and family to join us and then come along with us on Monday for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. If you'd like to listen to In the Past 1,142 Daily Treks or read the associated journals, they are all available at wisdom-trek.com. And I encourage you to subscribe to Wisdom Trek on your favorite podcast player so that each day will be downloaded to you automatically. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and then leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you on Monday.